Hello everyone, welcome to the Whistling Hermit's One Card Spread series. Note that this video is divided into three parts. A short introduction, which we are doing right now. Part 1, which is a descriptive study of the card for the day. And Part 2, which is a reading from the Handbook of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. If you want to navigate directly to any of the three parts mentioned, just click on their respective links at the timestamp provided in the description of this video. This video series is primarily intended for learning how to read the tarot. However, you can also use this as a card reading for the day. This is a timeless reading, so if you are watching this now, its message might be for you. In this series, we will be using the Giant Rider Waite Tarot deck. We will also be using the Handbook of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM Urania. The first part of the video will be a descriptive study of a specific card in the tarot. We will describe what we see and the insights and feelings we gather from what we see. Now, the first part is characterized by spontaneity. We allow the cards to speak to us regardless of the generally accepted meaning of the card. By doing this, we hope to increase our intuitive capacity for reading the tarot cards. In the second part, we will be reading the description of the card taken from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite by AGM Urania. If you intend to use this as a timeless reading, you can randomly choose any card in the series that resonates with you. An alternative approach is to shuffle a Rider Waite Tarot deck and pick a card randomly. You can then choose the card in the video series that corresponds to the card you picked. Note that this series is a work in progress and it might take some time for the 78 cards to be completely read. So, without any further delay, let us proceed to the card for the day. Hello everyone, welcome to part 1 of our one card spread series, and our card for today is the Major Arcana card number 12, the Hanged Man. This is quite interesting, you see. It is said, during the Roman times, when a person has committed a crime, they crucify him or they hang him on a cross. This one looks like a cross. Yeah, there's this vertical one and then another one there. But this person might, according to the society, might have committed something even worse. Why? Because he is hanged upside down instead of the usual upright hanging. And it's even worse because they hanged only one leg instead of two. So it's even much difficult than it would have been easier if they hung both legs, and at the same time they tied his hands, so he really couldn't move. But the interesting point here is that the face of the person is at peace, and there is a glow on his head. I was just imagining what this person could see in his upside down position. If a person is in an upside down position, he is looking at the world on an inverted in an inverted way. He's looking at the world in a different aspect, or there's at a different point of view. And in a certain sense, it's like that, for us who are looking at this card, another thing that supports the gloominess of his situation is the gray sky, but it is clear. The sky is gray, but it is clear. So in a certain sense, there is sort of like a dance between difficulty and peace. There is a equal experience of being tormented and at the same time being enlightened because of the glow on the head of the person. Sometimes we encounter experiences in life where we feel constrained and we feel misunderstood by people. We are judged to have committed something terrible. We have committed something wrong. But deep inside, deep in our heart, we somehow feel that what we are doing was right, that what we did was right, or what we are doing is right. And somehow it is confirmed in this person's situation. It seems like the society has judged this hanged man to have committed a terrible sin to the extent that the punishment was really very severe. But there is a glow on his head. So it seems that in his point of view and in the point of view of the universe, what he is doing is just right. And sometimes it is like that also. When you are introducing something new, something different from what the society has already accepted, sometimes you get to be persecuted because they don't understand. They couldn't see your point of view. There is a need for them to have a paradigm shift first before they could appreciate the point of view that you have. And in those moments when they couldn't understand the point of view, which oftentimes comes from an inspiration, you are in, for example, like this one, when there is the glow in the face, it seems like it is an inspiration that comes from the divine. And that inspiration has caused persecution on the part of this person. But the divine somehow supports him in whatever this person is experiencing right now. He is experiencing the persecution, the difficulty, the sense of being constrained because of something that, an inspiration that he received from the divine, that he was courageous enough to express. And because of that, he somehow received some persecution. In the end, the divine will support you and will vindicate your situation. Like in the Bible, it says, justice is mine. If at this point in time, if you are, those who are reading this right now, if at this point of time, you know that you are doing something that you feel is right, but in the point of view of other people, it is wrong, and these people are making your life difficult, and they are putting limiting your movements or making you feel constrained. The challenge is for you to persevere, as long as deep in your heart you know that what you're doing is true. And if the universe knows that what you're doing is true, if the divine knows what you're doing is true, they will vindicate you. And sooner or later, it will lead to other people seeing the point of view that you have. Because you are looking at something in this inverted position. You are looking at something that is the complete opposite of what society has accepted as such. You are looking at it in an inverse way. You are seeing something that is quite the contrary of what is socially accepted or commonly accepted or accepted, contemporarily accepted. So sometimes it happens, and if that happens, there is a challenge for us to persevere despite of the constraints that it will lead, to persevere with the inspiration that you feel is true deep within your heart. So if you have a dream and other people do not understand, don't let go of the dream. Persevere. Sooner or later, they will understand. Sooner or later, some people will have the paradigm shift and they will see what you can see. Well, that's it for now. Let us go to part 2. Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of our one card spread series. And our card for today is the Major Arcana card number 12, which is the Hanged Man. Let us read from the booklet of the Tarot of A.E. Waite from AGM, Urania. Here we find one of the Tarot's most mysterious cards, with interpretations that range from execution to spiritual enlightenment. In Italy, people sometimes hanged traitors upside down, and thus some decks call him appeso, the traitor, coming between justice and death. He could indeed represent a hanged criminal, though a traitor to some may be a hero to others. Less dramatically, some see him as stuck, unable to move without some painful sacrifice. Yet, Radiant light fills his face, an image we find nowhere else in the deck. The positive side shows an attachment to our deepest values, a spiritual connection as strong as an ancient tree. We may appear wrong to others, upside down, but we have found our own truth. Whatever crisis or great change surrounds us, we can remain calm and radiant. Divinatory meanings. As the reader, you get to decide how you see this card, stuck in a bad situation or attachment to deep values. Maybe we should look for the light that shines in the questioner's face. Warning, advice. Allowing others' opinions to sway your actions, or getting unstuck. Action. Action is not possible right now. Resist pressure from others by attachment to your deepest values. Well, that concludes part 2 of the Hangman Major Arcana card number 12. I hope that it has been an interesting video for you. Until next time, have a great day.